And now, back to PTR Radio.
I made a little list of some of the things that you discussed. Bestiality, abortion, AIDS, Irishmen who drink, nuns, premature ejaculation, breastfeeding, and farts.
This is PTR Radio.
I have to laugh because I just told a couple of people about the show today. So it'd be really funny if they tune in and that's the intro that they first get met with during tuning into the show. So good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of PTR Radio here on the fabulous interweb. We are on this week on a Tuesday rather than a Monday because we had to delay because it was my wife's birthday yesterday, and I thought, you know what, that trumps a show night.
It does.
It was very, even though she is one of those people that is like, it's just another day. I don't want anything. It's not special. I don't want anybody to make a big deal. I don't need anything. You know, one of those people who makes it very difficult to buy things for. So, you know, but yet she's also the kind of person that will do everything for everybody else. So it's like you try to make them understand, listen, you do stuff for everybody else. They just want to show you appreciation one day out of the year. Well, twice if you count Christmas. So, you know, there's that's all that they want to do. So that's all that there is to it. So we had a nice little quiet birthday party for her last night where she got, more wine glasses that she can break. And, some more things for the kitchen for her to make good things with. So, she got more sprinkles and more vanilla and more pots and pans. So, because most
know the baking ingredients are birthday present or anniversary presents.
Oh, yeah.
Or presents. That's no.
See, most women would be
unless
upset.
This is like gourmet imported directly from Madagascar, picked by the hands of small capuchins, and kissed by a cloaca.
See, most women would be upset if you got them baking ingredients and or pots and pans or knives or vacuums, or kitchen appliances for their birthday. My wife, that's what she wants.
Okay.
She wants those things. So, that's what she gets. She gets what she wants. I'm not going to argue with her.
Fair.
So. Don't argue with the woman who wanted 2 ovens in her kitchen so that she could bake continuously.
Yeah. So, we're still trying to figure out how to get the addition put on the house. I am not going to pay as much for a bedroom as I did for the rest of the house. That is just not going to happen. Did I talk about... Did I talk about my parents' bathroom remodel that they got quotes for on the show? Oh. My parents have a bathroom which is 5 foot by 10 foot that they want basically gut and remodeled. Anybody want to take a guess as to the quote that they got to redo that bathroom?
$30,000.
Close. $40,000.
Yeah, sounds about right.
40? No, it doesn't sound right. Their house is only worth $80,000. The whole house.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. I'm like, that doesn't. I'm like, for $40,000, I'll take off work and do it. It can't be that difficult to redo a bathroom. So like this, I am actually thinking I went into the wrong line of work. Maybe computers and technology was not the right, one to go into. Maybe I should have went into construction at the prices that they're charging people right now.
No, because they're charging people those prices because the price of materials is still high. Thanks to still from COVID.
But the prices are
that
still
has
only,
not rebounded.
But they're still only 50% of the total bid, usually. You're still working off of a 50-50 price structure. So, and at this price, at this point, the vendor, the construction companies can make up whatever prices they want. So, you could make your labor 200% because people are just dying to get work done.
How many quotes did they get?
They ended up getting 6.
And they were all in that?
No, they did.
Average,
they did have some. They did have some which were lower, which they ended up going with one that was like 20, which was much more reasonable.
Okay, because there is a phenomenon, happening here in New Jersey where it seems like contractors are getting in cahoots, and they are intentionally overbidding their these projects because they don't want to do them.
Yeah,
either. Like when you said 5 by 10, 5 foot wide bathroom, that is not an easy space to work in. So I could see somebody saying, I don't want this job, I'm going to bid high. And if I get it, oh well.
Yeah.
I could also see, I know for a fact that one of our friends that got quotes, some of the quotes came back because the contractor was like, I ain't working for this bitch. That ain't happening.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with this bitch doing his job. So... And if they do take my offer or accept my bid, it'll be worth my while, and I could buy those AirPod Pros and bill them back. So
yeah. I mean, sometimes you set a price of the crazy price or the I don't really want this job price, but not always. Not always, So
I think the other thing that happens is if you take the bid that is the $40,000 price. Let's say that might be the highest price you got. Okay, so let's say you had a range where it's outliers at 40, you had some more than 30, and then you had some in the 20. Okay, so chances are that 30,000 range, those are probably the actual good craftsman people, and they're giving you a bid for how much it's going to cost for them to come out and redo your bathroom. Where if you take the 20,000 bid, you're not getting them to come out and redo your bathroom. You're getting their people that they just picked up by the Home Depot in a truck to come and redo your bathroom.
I wish we had a Home Depot where we could pick up people, because that would be the way that I would get a lot of things done. But
we don't actually have that around here. But that's
I wish we had more illegal Mexicans, because they make great Americans. But
so do Canadians.
True, but the problem is we're too far north for Mexicans and we're too far south for Canadians. Hey,
listen, that Canadian exchange rate, man, you tell them, you just make sure they're giving you an estimate. Oh, 40,000. Oh, Canadian. 40,000 Canadian?
Yeah.
Hey, that's like $15. Okay, you're in.
Yeah, exactly. Whether we're converting to pesos or to Canadian dollars, we're in a good spot.
Yep.
So, it's all right. But it's like I was going through some of my grandpa's old stuff, and he actually had, what was it, I don't remember. I think it was like 50,000 pesos, something like that, like a 50,000 peso note.
Which is like a quarter, isn't it?
Well, it was. I did the conversion, and it was supposed to be like $125. So, I mean, it was nothing to laugh at. But the problem is, as I found out by talking to my brother-in-law who's into coins, some countries change their currency on a regular basis, and Mexico happens to be one. So they'll just say, okay, we're going to change the notes. And at a given time, you have so long to turn in your old money for new money. And then at that point, the old money becomes worthless. It's not even worth the paper it's printed on. Other than to collectors. And, well, Spanish money isn't worth anything. Mexican money is not worth anything.
Wow. Interesting.
So, like, if you look at, if you had 50,000 current pesos, they'd be worth $125. But not 50-year-old pesos. So, that's the rub. Because every new presidente wants their picture on the money, so they demonetize the old president's pictured money. So, you know.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is. It is. It seems
Very
like
interesting.
It seems real interesting. So, speaking about money and things that are expensive, can either of you two tell me how much a stamp is worth right now? Or how much a stamp costs right now? Because we're old and we're to the point now where we should be complaining about the price of postage.
Why am I saying 80? I'm thinking like 82 cents.
I can't remember the last time I mailed something. Why would I mail anything?
See, now, last time I mailed something or I had to go buy stamps, I remembered it being like 47 cents. And people were outraged because it had just updated to 47 cents a stamp. And so, well, there's good news, Mike. It's not as high as you think. And for 2025 so far, the post office has said for the first time in a while, they're not going to raise the price of stamps. So thank goodness we're getting a reprieve until at least July.
No, let's back off a second. Because stamps are the least used. What do you want to call it? Measurement for postage. In the postal system. So a first class, a forever stamp, which essentially is the cost to mail a first class letter, or a first class piece of mail, is not changing.
It went up last time.
Shipping.
It went up in July of 2024. By the way,
all the other shipping rates, however,
they may
either are going up, or the guaranteed delivery time is extending. Priority mail now is no longer guaranteed 3-day. Priority mail is just priority mail.
Yeah, but thank goodness they're still delivering Amazon packages on Sunday. Yeah. That's all I care about.
The big scandal around here was they decided that we no longer needed the giant post office that actually did all the sorting for letters around here, that they would move all of that to St. Louis.
Okay. All right, so they got rid of hubs. And that was part of the plan, was to consolidate hubs.
So technically it was possible for us to send a letter from one part of Springfield to another part of Springfield, but that letter would have to go from your house to St. Louis, 100 miles away, and then come back
another 100
where
miles.
we're supposed to go.
Yeah. So now it's got to make a 200-mile round trip just to go, down the block. So, but forever stamps increased from back in July from 68 cents to 73 cents, Mike. So 73 cents to mail a stamp, which if you think about it, if you think about what all it takes, it means you can for 73 cents, you can mail a letter from New Jersey to Alaska. Now, I mean, that is a good deal. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
But, it's still, the price keeps going up.
See, this is another case of trying to price themselves out of the job. Because, like I said, letters like that are the least profitable thing for the post office. The bulk mail, which is done by permit and paid by weight, that kind of thing, like the targeted zone mail type thing, that's probably one of the most profitable. Because it's all done locally. There's no sort, there's no whatever. It's printed, you give them a certain amount, and they just give it to the carriers to add to all the mail. That's their most profitable thing, probably. That's the case of, we're going there anyway, so pay us to put your shit in the mailbox with their mail. Like menus and things like that. That kind of thing. Real estate cards. All the promotional items that these local companies aren't ordering from Butterstown, but they deliver to Butterstown. They can go kiss my ass. I have a stack of calendars from realtors. If you sent me promotional products and you didn't order them from me, you are not getting the listing. I will for sale by owner before I give somebody a listing at that point.
Yeah. It'd be a good second. I was just thinking, postal carriers, they should have a second job. So first they deliver the mail, then they go to their second job and ride up on the garbage truck to take it back.
No, because that would mean that my garbage isn't getting collected until that night. No. Well.
Oh, no, it's several days later. Still.
I see where you're going.
What if we combined garbage service and mail service, and you only got mail 1 day a week?
No.
No?
Well, Amazon keeps trying to get me to do that.
Like, like Saturday deliveries to save money?
Yeah, I remember there was a huge outcry when they wanted to get rid of Saturdays. Yeah.
It was the one thing they had that UPS and FedEx didn't have. And now, UPS seems to deliver on Saturdays all the time now. So,
true.
They really would have hurt themselves.
Oh, yeah, and Mama Blair wrote in saying there are countries that really don't have money of their own that's worth anything, so they just use U.S. currency. Or coconuts and seashells.
Or beads. Beads. They trade in beads.
Yes.
So, a topic change.
Yes.
One thing we like to talk about a lot is remakes. When they come out and they come up with new shows that are remakes of old shows, and we've discussed these before. And the most recent one came out 2 days ago.
If you're going to talk about a Kathy Bates one, I have not watched it yet.
I'm not going to talk about it too much then. I'll just say, so Matlock came out Sunday, and it is the perfect example of when our gripes about remakes miss the mark.
Well,
we definitely should. We need to spend more time on this, I think.
Yeah.
If you've watched it by then.
Yeah, I will, because it's on the docket to watch this evening, actually. Here's
my issue with it, though.
Yeah.
Kathy Bates came out and said that when this show is done, she's retiring, which essentially is saying, hey, people, if you want me to stick around and want to keep seeing me, watch my damn show.
Yeah.
That's almost like a covert bribe for ratings. I don't like it.
But it's also true. I think I saw earlier that Kathy Bates now is 15 years older than when Matlock was actually the year when the
Andy
original
Griffith.
Matlock. Yes, thank you, Andy Griffith. I was getting stuck with his name and making sure that I wasn't anyway. When Andy Griffith retired Matlock, he was 15 years younger than where Kathy Bates is now. I think is the stat that I saw earlier today.
Interesting.
So, she's probably the way the show's going, she's probably going to be in her 80s by the time it's done. So she's probably correct.
And that's fair. I just feel like it was like she's trying to buy ratings by, look, you're likable, okay? Like if I don't know. Who else is a beloved Hollywood? Well, I don't like to talk about who's beloved in Hollywood right now, because with my luck, it'll come back to bite me when the list comes out. The new list.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know what I'm talking about the Diddy list. Oh my God! Did you see it came out today?
Do you think we could safely say Ryan Reynolds is beloved? He's pretty wholesome. Do you think he's going to be on any list?
Well, I don't think he's going to be on any list. I do think he is beloved, but I also think he's not going to say, listen, if you don't buy my Mint Mobile service, I'm going to disappear and take Deadpool with me. He's not going to do something like that.
No, he already said there's not going to be.
He won't.
He said there's not going to be a Deadpool 4 though.
No, but it came out today that apparently during a Hot Ones appearance, Like they talked about Ashton Kutcher referencing the Diddy parties, and I'm looking at the picture, and I'm like, wait a minute, I see hot sauce bottles. Holy crap! John Evans asked him about the Diddy parties, and he stumbled, and his answer kind of implied, "Yeah, I've been there, and yeah, there was some freaky stuff going on." And this was quite a while ago.
Well, Terry Crews talked about a Diddy party.
Well, a lot of people have talked about him.
Yeah.
Never said anything specific. Like people have.
Terry
like
Crews
Cat Williams was like.
Oh no, yeah, no, it was Cat Williams. You're right. Cat Williams told this story.
Cat Williams was like, when Diddy calls you to the party, you don't go. Like, all I'm gonna say is Diddy's last name is not Epstein. That's all I'm gonna say. Remember that.
Well, I think the good thing is that there's probably more than one type of Diddy party. So,
well, yes, there was the white party, which I remember was famous, where you had to show up in white, and that happened even after Diddy stopped doing it.
Yeah,
and then there was the freak parties that the drums of baby oil were delivered, pallets of baby oil. Could you imagine being the Amazon driver, and you look on your route and say, "Oh shit, I got to go to Diddy's house"? And then you turn around and look in the back of the truck and realize that there was a special on baby oil for Prime Day.
I don't know,
Colin. I actually thought that you were going to talk about the canceled remake or reboot, reimaging, that being Time Bandits.
Yeah, I was going to get there. Yeah, I never actually even. I didn't bother watching it. I was going to watch it at some point.
I was surprised.
It's been canceled. I'm like, I probably won't.
I was really surprised. I figured you'd be right on this. That you would be, like.
No.
Like.
No. Lisa Kudrow no. The cast was just all wrong. I'm sorry. Time Bandits is one of those movies you just don't remake. You don't try and reboot it. You want to do it? Call it something else and say inspired by. Don't. And I hate to say it, but I'm not a huge Taika Waititi fan.
Yeah,
he's had some good things, but sometimes I feel like he's kind of full of himself.
Yeah,
he's drunk his own Kool-Aid.
I kind of lost it when he made himself a character in the Thor movies. I don't know. He's married to Rita Ora. Oh no! Darn it! Now I have to tolerate you.
You have to tolerate him because of his wife? I'm sure you have plenty of people that you don't tolerate them, but you tolerate their wife.
Well, yeah. I was that way with Russell Brand and Katy Perry for quite a while. Love Katy Perry, but the idea that she was, going home to Russell Brand just destroyed me.
Well, don't worry. I'm sure Rita Ora will get her mind straight. I mean, he's already divorced one wife, so, it'll be okay.
True.
So.
Yeah, but I'm with you. I don't think, even though it was, 78% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, I don't think I'm going to make any effort to try and watch it. Just, one season, and it's ending on a cliffhanger, so
yeah.
It wasn't like it was supposed to be a limited event.
Right.
I didn't expect there to be a season 2 of Chernobyl. I mean, the way it ended. And I expected that, so I watched it. But this, no.
There was a season 2 of Chernobyl? Or is that a joke?
No, I said I didn't expect there to be one.
Okay, good. For a second there was like, there was? Did they decide to go into the alternate universe and have another one blow up?
Well, I'm really enjoying season 2 of The Ark. So,
Yes. Yes, the Ark. I told you the Ark was good.
And it's only, the problem is it's only got a couple episodes left for this season. And then we have to wait, another 2 years? Maybe? Unless they cancel it again.
The Ark?
Yeah, The Ark. It's only like 12 episodes in a season. And we're on episode 10.
Yeah, but it wasn't canceled.
Well, but it took 18 months to get the second season?
Wasn't that due to the writer's strike?
No, not this time. It just took forever to get a second season.
Okay.
So, and
you started talking about the Ark and you ruined the segue, man.
And
ruined the segue.
I'm sorry, were you segueing to Tupperware or were you segueing to Ryan Reynolds?
No, with Chernobyl.
Oh, Chernobyl. Okay.
Season 2 was going to take place at 3 Mile Island.
Ah.
But see, that got ruined by Microsoft, as many things have. Where's Clippy?
Yeah.
I honestly never thought that this would be the case. Okay. Microsoft struck a deal to reopen a nuclear power plant that had a partial meltdown in the 70s. That being 3 Mile Island in Pennsylvania. To power their AI data center.
So AI will destroy civilization, just not in the way that everyone thought.
This is Skynet. This is how it starts, people. This stuff is so power hungry. I don't think people quite understand.
No, they don't.
You guys may understand, because you've built computers, you've worked with servers, you kind of understand a little bit. But this AI stuff is ridiculous.
Yeah, no. AI consumes a ridiculous amount. So just an idea. Training a large language model like GPT-3, for example, okay, which is, think of it, that's basically Chat GPT, right? Is estimated to use just under 1.3 megawatts, 1,300 megawatt hours of electricity. Roughly about as much as, where is it at? 130 U.S. homes.
Well,
so for you to be able to say, hey, create me a poem that talks about how cute my girlfriend is, you're using up 130 U.S. homes worth of electricity. So I hope that poem is worth it.
I sent you a picture here. This is a little different, but
yeah.
And maybe okay. So maybe you're talking about the individual computation. What I sent you is for a full cabinet of servers.
So to put it in context,
AI.
Streaming an hour of Netflix requires 0.8 kilowatt hours of electricity. So in other words, you'd have to stream 1,625,000 hours of Netflix to consume the same amount it takes to train ChatGPT's latest large language model. 1.6 million hours of streaming video.
That's a little weird. People don't understand all of this, just how power hungry this stuff is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not even getting into the transport required to transmit all of that data back to the end user.
Yeah. And not to mention that we have specific models for specific tasks. So they create specific models for medical tasks, for stock trading, and every one of those specific models has to be specifically trained. And that takes a different amount of energy for every specific model. So, you know, you can't just create one model and it does everything. No. If you want the model to be any good at one particular thing, then, you know, then you have to train it for that specific thing. So, you know, yeah, it is pretty ridiculous. You know, data centers consume a massive amount of electricity and they produce a massive amount of heat as well.
Yes.
Anybody that's been inside of a data center should know what the cooling requirements of a data center really are and how much, you know, they contribute, you know, how much just the cooling portion contributes to the electrical usage. Because they don't cool computers. They cool entire racks and entire rooms. And, you know, it's a massive undertaking for that. So it's a huge effort.
According to NPR, the average data center uses 300,000 gallons of water a day for cooling.
Yep.
A day.
Well, so let's not use the word use. See, this is where I get annoyed with people who are like, well, we have a certain amount of water and you used it up doing cooling. It's like, no. They didn't destroy the water.
No.
They took the water in, they ran it through some pipes, they made things cool, and then they put it back out again. As far as the water is concerned, it just got a little warm and ended up where it was. It's not like we removed water from the earth.
But
okay, semantics, but yeah, I understand your point, but there is also all of the filtration, collection, distribution, all of that needs to be taken into account when you talk about the water as well. So
right, but they're not running off of city
it's not
mains.
A closed loop system. That's the thing.
And
but they're not running off of like treated city water. They just they throw up they bring water in from. I mean, it depends where they are, but there's some that like they just bring water in directly from a river, run it through the pipes to cool things down, and then put it back in the river again.
Well, but there is some water. There is a small amount of even if you're using an AIO, there is always some small, depending upon the size of the loop, some small measurable water loss over time. And so the larger
your system,
the
water comes out the end, some of it's going to evaporate.
But you guys are also assuming that this is that every data center is using using like loop cooling, like liquid cooling for their equipment, and they're not.
Right.
Most of the older data centers, the ones that are up there now that are not even heavy AI, are using plain old HVAC chillers, evaporative cooling. So there is no returning the water. It evaporates into the atmosphere, and does it get returned eventually? Yeah, it gets returned eventually as rain, but it's not.
Right.
Yeah, it just depends.
So that's
it definitely
where the problem
depends on the implementation, how the water is used in a particular use case. Yeah. So, and there's always a potential for
it. And where it is. You know, if you have a data center that's out in like the West, you know, in areas like Arizona, then using up water is something that is an issue. You know, here in the Midwest, where we don't care. I mean, technically we're in a drought, but no one seems to notice.
But yeah, so I mean, all right, but yeah, there's an electrical cost, there's a water cost, there's all kinds of costs to AI, and so therefore I think we should just abandon it. You know, it'll stop the robot uprising. It'll stop the Matrix. We won't need Neo, and we can just go back to
our normal
world.
We need the Matrix. I know that this beer doesn't exist, but I can taste it. I can feel the effects in my brain, and it tells me one thing: ignorance is bliss.
Mm-hmm. So,
although just to be, let's be clear, abandoning AI doesn't protect us from being overruled by AI and by robots. It just means that we're saying we're okay being ruled by Chinese AI and Chinese robots.
Actually, you know what I'm going to get, there's something I actually want to get just to mess with people because I thought it was cool. You guys have seen, I think maybe we even reviewed it for the show, but you guys have seen that Moonfall show, right? The movie?
The movie?
Yeah, we did review it.
Yeah, we did review it. So, you know how in there they showed AI, at least initially, as the as like the little, they kind of showed it as a dancing black blob, you know, initially like they showed it as essentially magnetic ferrofluid. That's what they used to show what AI looked like. And then they showed it breaking out of its little blob thing. So you can buy magnetic ferrofluid activated Bluetooth speakers. And so I want to get one of those, and I want to Bluetooth it to my Alexa unit, and then have that, you know, on my desk here for when I'm on conference calls. So, and say, oh, that's my AI unit. Yeah, it's just answering everything that I need it to do.
Yeah,
because
AKA the boss.
I work with people that will believe that. So, you know. Because ferrofluid stuff is cool.
Yes, it is.
As long as you don't get it on your skin or clothes. Because then it stains. All right. Few minutes left here before we get into the movie review. Would you guys like to go in on buying a house?
No.
It's very affordable.
Nope.
And I think you guys can see the value in some of the amenities. You know, I mean, just look at this, you know, wonderful, you know, look at the cove you can have access to, you know, tennis court, pool.
Nope.
Look, racetrack, go-kart track.
Nope.
Look at that house.
No.
Yes. Vineyard.
How many times do we have to say no? No.
Vineyard. I have a selling
That
point.
is too close. That is the water where the seas will rise and the hurricanes will come.
Look at that beautiful garden. Look, nice, you know, carved statues. You know, entryway into the garden. You know, look, that's impressive, Mike, right there. Well, if I can't sway you by the exterior, how about the interior here? Look at that pool room, Mike.
No.
Bar, kitchen.
Nope.
Red appliances. Everybody loves red appliances. Well, what about the fact that you could have your very own, let's get back to it here, your very own Stonehenge?
No.
What? Your Stonehenge. When the aliens come, they have somewhere to land.
No. How much is that?
Stonehenge. It's very affordable, Mike. It's very affordable. It's only $35 million.
Okay.
I mean, you may have to sell one dog.
And no, you know what?
But, I mean, Stonehenge, Mike. It's called on the listing the Circle of Life.
Oh.
Isn't your life worth a circle?
It could be called Tear Catcher of Jesus. I wouldn't care.
Oh, instead you want to live here? Huh?
Instead of 35 million, okay? 7.6. I got 20 acres. I could build whatever, and I could build my go-kart track.
I don't see a flat spot for a Stonehenge anywhere, Mike. There's no. Where will the aliens land?
Exactly.
I need my aliens to come visit me.
Nope.
And look, it's already got somebody's clothes in it. You want to move into somebody else's house? I don't want to move into somebody else's house.
Somebody else has used that shower.
Yeah. They probably got stuff in the drain. They probably won't even clean out the drains before you move in. No,
I need a flat spot.
And who wants a ping pong
table?
Who wants a ping pong table?
Ping pong table with a bar, and that's a pool table as well. The top comes off. That's a pool table.
No, I bet it's a dining room table because it's got benches underneath and bench dining room seating. That's for poor people. That's for
Nope. Sorry.
No, I don't know. Oh, man, a workout room nobody's ever
leg.
going to use.
No, I need that.
No, nobody's going to use. Oh God, bunk beds. What are we in the Navy? Nobody's going to use bunk beds.
This one's even better.
Oh God, somebody's already parked in the garage. I don't want to live here.
This one is even better. You know why?
Why?
158 acres. Do I need to say more?
Yeah. Yeah.
A gated luxury ranch community. Oh, no, gated community. Oh, no, never mind. I take that one back. That one's got a $2,000 a month HOA.
Never mind. No, I'm not doing an HOA. Nobody's gonna tell me how I can live. They probably have some. They probably have some covenants. Covenant against.
Wait, really? 158 acres, and you're giving me, and I'm still part of an HOA? That is the very definition of hell.
You should be your own
what
HOA.
I can and can't do on 158 acres? Man, wow.
I bet they won't even let me put up a Stonehenge. You know?
Yeah, see? That's the whole thing.
I mean, I could put a Stonehenge right here if it wasn't against the covenants. I could probably build my own pyramid, but they probably won't let me.
Okay, here's...
You know? I doubt.
One more, and then we'll figure something else out, because...
Yeah.
Although if the $2,000 a month for the HOA covers mowing all that 100 and whatever acres, then yeah,
maybe if it covers mowing, it might be okay.
There's plenty of flat spots on this one. 122 acres, no HOA.
But it's not a paved driveway, Mike.
Oh, the horror!
How am I gonna get here in the wintertime?
You're not. That's the whole idea.
And I got to share it with all this wildlife? It's going to be horrible. How far is it to the nearest Walmart? That's what I want to know.
Don't care.
I need to know. Oh, God. I got all this. I got to take care of this sand pit, too. I don't want to have to run a horse farm. Angie's not a horse girl. I get hay fever.
You don't run it. You rent it.
No, I don't want to be a landlord. Let alone a landlord to horses. They are crappy tenants.
Dude, you are missing the whole big picture here.
No, I don't want to run an animal farm. You do.
Look at that. Those horses are beautiful.
They're so overweight. Those are such porkies. That
is a beautiful horse.
No, they are not. Those things are so overweight, they can't even gallop anymore. They stand there every day, all day long, just asking for somebody to turn them into glue.
That one in the middle is not even a horse. It's a zebra that's been painted.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. All of them look at, like, Trigger and Silver and go, if only we could be, but we can't move because we weigh too much.
You have no idea. That's Victor. That is the Lone Ranger's nephew's horse right there. Victor.
That'd be Pewter. It's not Victor.
See, these horses are already owned by people. You can see because they're riding them already. These are interlopers on your land. You're gonna have a gun and shoot them. Do you really want to have?
There's a bigger issue. Look at all those weeds. There's dandelions all over.
God, they're just infested. Yes, You're gonna have to get a lot of weed and feed for this lawn. I don't know how you're gonna keep it straight. And think of all the ticks, Mike. Think of all the ticks in that grass. You're gonna have to get tick checked every time you come home.
Only one solution.
And then you got these goats. Yeah, right. Have fun with goats. And look at all this snow. You're gonna have to have a 4-wheel drive vehicle, and even it's gonna get stuck.
No cat.
No. Oh, it's sure Snowcat. Yeah. See how that worked out for Jeremy Renner, will you? All right. Call me when you're in the hospital without any feet. All right. Yeah. No, I don't think so. That's too much wood. It's just begging to catch on fire. You know, drywall all over that. Actually, that's probably just paneling. I doubt that that's real wood. It's just paneling. It's a 70s house.
That was hand carved by Cherokee Indians.
No, it wasn't. I doubt the Cherokee had anything to do with this house, other than maybe getting pushed off their land. So, you know.
All right. So, all kidding aside,
I'm
looking at this kitchen, and Kim had sent me a house in Pennsylvania that when she's like, you got to look at this kitchen. I'm like, what the hell? I look at the kitchen, had this giant industrial grade exhaust hood over a barbecue grill that was in the kitchen.
Mm.
They took a grill, like a Weber 5-burner grill, and turned it into a built-in in the kitchen and put a full-on. I'm like, how the hell did that get through fire code? Wow.
I don't know, but did you see where that cabin was at? It's in Bozeman, Montana. Who wants to live in Bozeman, Montana? I saw the Big Bang Theory. Sheldon got held up at the train station.
Bozeman is where
those Bozites
fake
are.
Cowboys go.
The Bozites are not good people.
You never watched Yellowstone, I guess, right?
No.
Bozeman's got his own airport.
No, thanks. No.
His name right. All right, look, it's 10-8. Let's just.
All right, let's do our movie review. And this evening, we are reviewing what? I know it was one that I picked.
The Union.
The Union. Yes, The Union, which is on Netflix, right? Yes. Netflix? Yes. So, The Union.
All right, so real quick, Colin, I don't know. Did you watch?
Oh, yeah, we need to catch up from last week.
Did you watch Toucan?
No, I was sick when I was supposed to watch it and didn't watch it. I saw you guys' ratings of it, so I figure I should watch one of these days so that we can officially make it a triple puke, probably. So.
Okay.
All right. But did you watch The Union, though?
I did watch this, and yes, well, because it was technically mine to headline, so I watched it.
Okay, well, if you want to headline it, go ahead.
Sure. So, here, I got my notes here. My notes, otherwise called IMDb. So, Mike McKenna is a kind of a he's a metal worker. You know, he does a high rise. He builds buildings, and he that's been his entire life. He wakes up. He still lives with his mom. He goes and he has sex with his school teachers. Some of this was like the partial life of Shaggy at some point.
I never had sex with an elementary school teacher. Thank you very much.
No,
it was college.
It was not an elementary school teacher.
It's college. Thanks.
Anyway, so he's like those going to be going anywhere. But good news is that one of his high school friends slash crushes slash future relationships happened to be Halle Berry, who is working for a special intelligence organization called the Union, which is described to us as the spy agency that actually does all the work. That that everybody else gets. Everybody else. They're the blue collar spies, and so you look at everybody who's working for this organization. You're like, huh? Well, yeah. I mean, you got a lot of people there that look like they're the blue collar. It's like, so the one obviously not blue collar suave guy, that must be the bad guy. And so spoiler, yeah. So they're trying to get back. So many spy movies. It's the standard MacGuffin of this is the list. I mean, I think that was a Mission Impossible plot once. It's the list of all of the secret agents, and if we have to get this back, because otherwise all the secret agents' identities will be known, and no one will be able to do their jobs. So that's that standard plot. And since everybody who works for the Union is known by the bad guys because they have the list, they decided to go and recruit Mark Wahlberg's character to because nobody knows who he is. Why this metal worker from who?
Go ahead. Up.
Oh, sorry. I was hearing. I thought you were playing something, and it turned out to be IMDb decided to start playing a video on my phone.
Oh,
sorry.
Okay.
So, anyway, they sent Mark Wahlberg to get a special phone. Which doesn't work out. So they get another special phone, and then they manage to get the list, and they lose the list, and it's all okay. My overall thing about this movie is it's not a very good movie. There's not enough plot here to make a movie. This is a pilot for a TV show, the kind of thing we've seen before, where it's like this is TV show quality scripting and writing here. For some reason, they got a whole bunch of real actors, like Mark Wahlberg, Halle Berry. Sorry, decided to play videos and lost my place. J.K. Simmons, Jackie Earle Haley. There's a bunch of actors here and they're in this movie. So it's definitely not a TV show that failed and somehow it's a movie. But the thing is like they padded it out to be an hour and a half long by having the ending of the movie over and over and over and over and over again, right? So you have you catch the bad guy. He has the thing. You have the thing where you're going to are you going to shoot him or not? And then he gets away. And then you go and you catch him again, and then he gets away. And then you catch him again, he gets away. There's no reason for this other than they needed to make the movie longer and get it out to an hour and a half. I will say, I think this is one of the better things that Halle Berry has been in. I think Halle Berry was very good in this movie, to the point where I wasn't sure if it was Halle Berry or not. I thought it might have been like a discount Halle Berry doing a better job than Halle Berry would have. But then it turned out it was actually Halle Berry, and it's like, she needs to do more of this because she actually seemed younger than she actually is here, and I think it was a good look for her hair and everything. Was just I think that was good, and I wish they had made more. I wish they had more actual plot in this movie to go with the acting. I guess is what I'm trying to say. I'm going to give it a smile. I was bordering on a smirk. It's a perfectly fine action movie that you're not going. It's if you want something playing in the background while you're doing something else with low action going on, this is a fine movie for that. Just don't expect to learn anything.
All right, Mike, you want to go next, or you want me to?
I'll go next.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so Kim gives me grief because I still refer to the male lead in this movie as Marky Mark. He will always be Marky Mark to me. No matter, no amount of Michael Bay movies will ever change that. He will be Marky Mark. Okay, where is the hotness coming to recruit me to be the super spy? I'm sorry, I can do accents. I'm good under pressure. What the hell, man? Why? I'm an ordinary guy. Hearing Marky Mark try to do a Jersey accent is just painful. There's nothing else to say about that. It's painful. And look, I get this isn't a British flick, but hearing the musical in a Brit accent is about close enough for me. You limey bastards. Of course, the agent they thought was dead that comes back to life. Very cliche. But of course, you can't kill Luke Cage. But that's besides the point. Someone tell me why in all these movies that I see a place that take place like in Britain, I have never noticed a single vehicle that had any rust on it. Like, does rust not exist in Britain? These mofos keep dropping this case. And how the hell did Marky Mark become a super secret agent in the course of 2 weeks? I don't care if Halle Berry and the whole Covenant is training him. There's no. Okay. The flying off the hood into a trunk where he's locked into while dropping the case for the bad guys to pick up scene was something straight out of Fast and Furious. And how exactly does a Ford Focus keep up with a Porsche?
I thought the same thing.
Okay, look, this was kind of fun, okay? It was not, was it great? No, I would rate this as, what was the one where the parents were spies but the kids didn't know? And it, like,
Spy Kids? Spy Kids?
No,
is that
it?
it?
Spy Kids. No, I think we actually reviewed it. Like, I'll have to go back and look. But it's just kind of a fun kind of movie. I gave it a smile as well. And I actually think this set itself up and helped. Oh, the one complaint. I felt that. Who's the guy with the beard? J. Jonah Jameson. Who was what's his name?
J.K. Simmons.
Yeah, J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons. I knew it was J.K. I knew it was 2 letters. I feel like he was underutilized.
Yeah.
In this movie, I would have liked to have seen more of him. But it was fun. I gave it a smile. I actually hope there's a sequel to this one, unlike some of the other Netflix ones that they want to keep having sequels to. Adam Sandler stuff. We don't need them. But this one, I wouldn't mind a sequel.
Yeah. So I mirror a lot of Colin and Mike's comments. Again, I also call him Marky Mark every time. My wife has no idea who Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch is. She kept saying, well, wasn't he in New Kids on the Block? And I'm like, no, not that one. I honestly got Halle Berry mixed up. I was recommending this movie going, oh yeah, it's got J-Lo in it. So I'm that guy, evidently. I had just watched J-Lo in Atlas, so, I got J-Lo on my mind, evidently. But I honestly think her and Mark Wahlberg have a good chemistry in here. You can honestly, I think they actually did go to high school together, to be completely honest. I think that is a real thing. I think I remember somebody telling me that was real. Like Mike, I think J.K. Simmons was a bit underutilized in here, but I also think that he has some great roles under his belt. Not just for Spider-Man, but he's in another movie that we did, where he plays like a spy and his daughter goes out on a date and gets like captured or something, I think that we did, which was great. He plays a really good badass, like, understated badass. So I like that. It's not a new thing, right? This whole, like Colin said, the MacGuffin is definitely played, but I think they did a good interpretation of it. I like this concept. If it didn't work, they wouldn't keep playing the story over and over again. So, it's a great Saturday night, action flick to watch, something just to pop some popcorn and not really have to pay too much attention to, but enough. My wife did keep asking, well, who's that guy and who's that guy? And so got a little bit distracted during watching it, but otherwise it was pretty good. Some of it is predictable, so go into it knowing that. But otherwise, if you're just looking for some, action film that you're going to have a little bit of fun with and it's got some splashes of comedy thrown in there, I think you're going to be happy with this. So overall, great movie just to chill out and relax with. And so, really looking forward to if they do a sequel. I think Mark Wahlberg plays an action hero very well. I like it when he plays these types of understated action heroes. Just like I liked him in Uncharted and some of the other ones that he's done. So, again, I'll give this one a smile along with everybody else. So I think this one did well. Looking forward to seeing maybe a sequel like Mike. All right. Now.
No, they did not go to school together, but it is supposed to be a 3-movie thing.
Okay, good.
And maybe, if they could have more plot in one of the other movies, then I'd be quite happy.
Ah, okay. Okay.
I think it needed a little more caper to it. And instead of just randomly killing people a lot. That's it. That's like, they get all these characters. They're like, oh, okay, I like that person. Oh, they're dead now. Oh, okay.
Okay.
That was kind of a waste.
All right. So, Mike, you had the next one up. You had actually suggested this on the last go round. Was it? It was. It wasn't role play. It was the one about the Hitman, right? Hitman is what we wanted to do next.
Yeah, I'm okay with that if you guys are okay with it.
I'm perfectly fine with it. Any problem with you, Colin?
Nope.
Okay, great.
Right.
It is up next in my queue anyway, so we will play Hitman. It is another Netflix show about a mild-mannered professor moonlights as a fake hitman in what the New York Times hails as one of the year's funniest, sexiest, and most enjoyable movies. I think we will be the judge of that. Thank you very much. So, yeah, we will take a look at that next. And, oh, by the way, this was a mainstream movie, so it's not something that we would normally talk about, but I did watch Arthur the King, another Mark Wahlberg movie. I don't know if either one of you guys saw that one or not. That was the one about adventure racing and him having a dog. If you are that, I will give you a slight spoiler. The dog does not die. So if that was holding you up from watching the movie, you can watch the movie with no fear that the dog will die. So, because I know sometimes that is a big trigger point for people. But I thoroughly enjoyed that movie. I thought it was very good. So, got on a bit of a Mark Wahlberg trip while I was recuperating from illness. So, all right, folks. I think that is going to do it for this evening. We want to, as always, thank everybody for tuning in and for playing along at home. So we will be back in 2 weeks. That is going to put us back on the 7th. So October 7th will be our next show, barring any issues or needs to reschedule. But I believe October 7th is clear for everybody so far. So don't forget to check out the website, ptrradio.com. It's got all the information on how you can subscribe, be it an iPhone or an Android or your favorite podcast player on your desktop PC. Also, it's got all of our social media. So, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, whatever, you can follow us at PTR Radio on all those. But ptrradio.com's also got information about all of us and where you can find us individually as well. So if you want to know more about the show, that is the place to check it out. I will tell you, sometime in October, I will be hosting the Greater Springfield Area Credit Union Trivia Night. So that is going to be a big one for me. So if you are a member, if you are a employee of one of the credit unions of the Greater Springfield Area, I will see you there. That is going to be very exciting for me. That's a new gig that I'm looking forward to doing. And so, and then I've already got myself booked for the Tri-City Library Trivia Night after the new year. So more information about that one to come as well. So, Mike, Colin, any upcoming dates for you guys?
Nope.
No, my residency apparently is over.
Oh no!
The back to school barbecue is Thursday, and I didn't get a call, so I guess they got somebody else or something. And it was The Sleepover. That was the movie I was thinking of.
Oh, okay.
Which was Netflix's take on the Spy Kids, but yes, we reviewed it in 2020.
Oh, well, Mike, I'm sorry that you're not going to be performing for all of the little children anymore. That's so tough. And you went and bought the white panel van and everything. I mean, you got all that candy. I don't know what the kids are going to be so disappointed.
Probably because I had PTR Radio on something, and a parent found it and heard somebody talking about me getting a panel van candy.
Well, nothing's forever. That's the way that it looks like. So, all right. Well, we'll find you a new place, maybe a new name, social security number. So, all right, folks. That's all for tonight. I'm Shaggy.
I'm Colin.
I'm Mike the Ape Man.
Stick a fork in us, folks. We are done. Later.